Natty Speaks. I'm a musician and I am here because I wouldn't be anywhere else when Glastonbury's on, regardless of whether I had to volunteer work or just come as an artist.
And when did you first come to this field? How did you end up here?
I came to this specific field many moons ago. So I think it was like 17 years ago, 16, 17 years ago, and I was in a band called Sweet Tooth. And actually, wow, I'm just thinking of something. I was here before that when we threw an illegal party in the Bellafield. This is just too funny. I just remembered something so bad, and I'm sorry for that. So we threw a party in Glastonbury, and we shouldn't have thrown the party, and we were not meant to have had the sound system on for the whole night. And at the time, we were going out throwing free parties as a suicide crew. Literally sewer as in shit, side as in we're always on the side because no one cares about us. So we had a little sound system which ended up being a big sound system because we're really sorry, we overused the generators, and we threw this massive huge 24-hour party on the Saturday night, and we were asked to leave really early on the Sunday and get off the site. And Bella, I'm really sorry because she's not here now, she's passed over, rest in peace, and I'm sorry for that headache we caused you. And there was a massive misunderstanding between it, but that was the very first time that I came to Glastonbury. The second time was as an official artist with my band called Sweet Tooth, and at the time we'd just won the Radio 1 Unsigned Act of the Year, so we were on like national radio and everyone was going crazy over this music, and it was really weird because for us we were just a group of people making tunes, and then all of a sudden it was just like we're at Glastonbury on the big stages. May I add, in the worst van, or like one of those old Sherpa vans, like this white Sherpa van, and that's how we used it to get across site. So that was my first Glastonbury experience. We were like literally in this shack driving around site, but playing on big stages, which was just immense. We were booked by this amazing, incredible guy called Bookie for some shows after that, and then that's when I became ingrained in sort of Glastonbury lifestyle between suicide and Bookie.
What does Shangri-La mean to you?
Shangri-La means loads to me on so many different reasons. For a start, Chris Tofu runs Shangri-La and is just incredible person and just gives out so much love and energy, and was one of Bookie's friends. So having that relationship and seeing like Bookie's energy still living out through the whole field, you know, with everyone that's put all the love and energy into it, is phenomenal. As an artist, when I decided to really come back into music and put my heart and soul back into it, it was around about 2011. And by 2013 we had a really nice slot after Ronnie Size on the Hell stage with the Ghetto Funk takeover. So it's Ghetto Funk All Stars, and they had asked me to MC on the mic with a guy called Prophet, and we'd recently met and we were about a year into making music together, and we got that gig which was the Hell stage. And literally looking out from the house stage and just seeing like row upon row upon row upon row, just thousands and thousands of people. Not only did it feel like it was home and this energy was just so overwhelming, it also connected all of the different people that had made my Glastonbury journey what it is. Because without those people, it wouldn't be as special as it is. Because it's about the energy of all the punters and all the artists collectively, especially in the smaller fields, because everyone mingles, everyone is amongst everyone. It doesn't matter whether you're a lawyer, you're a doctor, you know, you sit in a field every day humming, it just doesn't matter. Whoever you are, you're Shangri-La, and this particular area of Glastonbury, which has got the Common and Block 9, it's just an atmosphere that, unless you've been in it and immersed yourself in it, you won't truly understand. So I reckon you should come.
What do you think about the art in Shangri-La?
The honest answer to that question, and apologise to any of my students out there, but yeah, it depends on what substances you've taken and where your mind is, because you're already on sensory overload in Shangri-La specifically. So I would say it can be really overwhelming when there's all the swarms of people like moving in and around you, it's like looking in an ant's nest. Or if you've seen David Attenborough nature programs, like when things swarm, it's just really, really overwhelming, especially with the sound clash from all the different systems. So it's not just the actual artwork in itself that is powerful, which is slogans on the walls, potentially things exploding out of buildings, metal work. I'm trying to think. Well, how do you describe that? How do you describe the welding?
Sculptures.
Yeah, sculptures made out of metal that have been welded together and just literally just pop out and grab your attention. And then specifically this year, which is 2017, loads and loads and loads of posters. Like going from, as we were talking about when we came in here, some of my friends and I, like when we came into it originally, it was no everywhere, and now it's yes everywhere. And when it's swarming and you're looking up and you're getting all of these almost like directions, walking in and out of the different events that are happening. It's quite inspiring, overwhelming, sometimes peaceful, but definitely atmospheric on levels that I would probably say you wouldn't have experienced anywhere else before.
How do you think Glastonbury compares to other festivals internationally?
Well, the thing is, I haven't been to so many international festivals, if I'm honest. I've only been to a few, so it's hard for me to give an honest opinion about that. But what I would say is I think that especially Glastonbury is a festival that lots of people look at to be able to come and get information from, and to see how it's put on, and to see the sheer scale of it, and then take that back and set up their own festivals. Equally at the same time, what I will say is lots and lots of friends of mine over the years, they all run fields here. So they're from other smaller festivals that are all here to make up this massive, huge festival. So it really is. Actually, I would go as far to say if the people that were to organise Glastonbury were to run our government and to run our finances and our healthcare and our education system, I actually think that the UK might be a leader in the world rather than going backwards right now. Not wanting to get political, but I think Glastonbury really, 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 truly encompasses the real great in humanity and the love and the community and the coming together, and that to me personally is what Glastonbury's about. But you know, I hug more people at Glastonbury in the space of the 7 days that I am here rather than the other 300 odd days that are left in the year. I mean, that's how special Glastonbury is to me. So just keep hugging each other.
What do you know about the festival scene in India?
Currently, I don't know too much about the festival scene in India, but I do know friends of mine like Shiva Sound System are now out in India, which is Nirm and his family, and they are creating massive parties out there and they're putting on big events. Also, I know that Prash, which is engineers, and Foreign Beggars have been getting involved in what's been going on over there. I also know Akala recently went over there, and also DJ Chiba went over there. He's playing in this field on the 360-degree Gasworks tower tonight. So I do know that there's a lot of exchanges going on between the UK and India in regards to festivals and music, and I really think that's a powerful thing. So at the moment, currently myself, I don't know too much about the festival scene, but I do know that the exchange in music and how that relates to one another, and the massive Indian community in the United Kingdom as well, and the massive overseas communities that live in India now, it's huge, and I think it's going to be the spot to start going to in the future.
Fantastic. And would you like to go to India to play?
I 100% want to go to India and play. I would definitely go to India and take my loop station stuff, but if I go to India to play, what I'd really like to do is connect with a sitar player and then basically loop up the sitar player as well as looping up the beatboxing, so the two of us together create the music. But what I'd really love in that situation is it to be a traditional, old school sitar player who doesn't speak a word of English, because I don't speak any Hindi. Other than Amkanamkahe, which is, what is your name? So if that could happen, imagine that. Like, we've never met each other. He gets on one side of the stage, I get on the other side of the stage. Maybe he's never seen or she's never seen a loop station in their life, and when we just loop up and make crazy music. That's what I'd like to do in India. Make it happen, please.
I will do my best. It's Aapka Naam Kya Hai.
Aapka naam kya hai? There you go, thank you.
Is there any last thing you want to add? Anything you want to just say generally about festivals?
Yeah, what I'd really like to say about festivals is the atmosphere that we create in maybe 2-day festival, 3-day festival, 7-day festivals, but those energies that we create, let's try and make them last longer than the week after we get back from the festival. When we're on our mundane jobs and we're doing whatever it is we need to do to get by, just remember those magic moments in those festivals and try and bring that into your everyday life, because that's what I think is fundamentally the most important thing about festivals. I